Well, good morning out there in YouTube land. I'm on my way to work on a brisk morning. It's not that bad. I mean, hey, it's May now. It's 45 degrees. And you can ride with the visor all the way up, which is what I like. Get that air in my face. A little tunes going on. We're thinking about selling our Prius, our second Prius. My wife has one, a red one, and I have a white one that I drive back and forth to work and to my consulting engagements and things like that. But we'd like to pay off some debt a little quicker. And we really have, we have those two cars, plus the Spike, plus the Vlad, the Impala, which I took to work yesterday. And I guess it just occurred to us that be one less payment, right? And we have a payment on those two cars. I own the bike and I own Vlad. So we could throw that into paying down some other, not so well planned spending that has happened in our lives. So, yeah. So, I guess where I'm going with that is I'm getting used to the idea of having to share my car. I don't know about the rest of you folks out there. I like my space around me kind of controlled when it comes to a vehicle or a room. I love being outdoors, and that's why I live here where you can't make any money. Because I can hop on this bike and just be up in the woods and away, and my wife's all for that. She's like, yeah, get out of the house. But when it comes to my vehicles, I like them clean, and I like to have everything put exactly where I want it. So when I jump in that vehicle, it's for a purpose, and that vehicle has everything I need in it to do that purpose, that particular task. And that's something I'm going to have to get used to not being able to do once my wife no longer has a good economical car dedicated to her. I mean, it's not like the bike isn't a good vehicle, but it's not too practical for some of the engagements that I might have, I can obviously ride it to work this morning where I'm not doing anything where I got to take a bunch of tools, just my computer and stuff like that. And Vlad is awesome. A few things, though, that I should mention. The car is a 1967 Impala, and it's a project car. So, I need a paint job. Probably before I hit the road and do a whole lot of driving on it, I'm going to want to do shocks all the way around. I've replaced pretty good amount of the front end parts on it, so it's in pretty good shape. But anyway, bottom line is, Vlad is not to the point where I would consider it a daily driver unless that's just really what I had to do. I had no other choice. Where was I going? I hate when I just lose track. I was just looking at the beauty of this morning and thinking about how fun it was going to be to go through this corner here and lay the bike over a bit and stop thinking about whatever the heck it was I was talking about. So when I remember, we'll come back to it. Sometimes you just got to stop and enjoy the ride. In fact, I'd recommend that more often than not. And I think most of the people that I know that have motorbikes, it's kind of a form of stress relief and relaxation. It'd be interesting to know how many of us have, stressful jobs, a lot of stress in our life from some other place. I suppose probably most people do right now. I mean, given the last year that we've had, plenty of things to be stressed about. You stay there, turkey. And anyway, for me, my wife jokingly says that she was happy to have me get a motorcycle instead of having some other kind of midlife crisis. Oh, look, it's a cute little duck. And of course she's right. I mean, I'm sure this works out much better for our marriage than some of the other things people do for midlife crises. Anyway, this is going to be a little short. This is going to be short. I don't know, I might post it all. I might cut out something that's boring. But I just haven't put anything up on the channel for a little while. I thought I would flip the recorder on the way to work and just say good morning, and here's what's going on up in the northmost part of Idaho. I do have a few other videos, should I decide they're worth editing and throwing up there. I made my first ride up to Dawson Ridge last Friday after work. Managed to get back down just before the rainstorm. It was a great ride, made it all the way over the top. Only had to ride through a tiny amount of snow, so I didn't get stuck. And then I've also got a little video of me. Didn't have a lot of time. I was coming home from a meeting, and I just decided to sort of take the windy, long way home. So it's sort of a little tour of the back streets of Bonners Ferry, Idaho, via motorbike. Also, I figure most of the videos I have, you see the south side of the Kootenai River, so I went over on the north side of the Kootenai River for a change. Invigorating. The downside to riding the motorcycle is I don't have, and at this point don't intend to put any kind of cup holders on here. I just don't think it suits the thing I'm after while I'm riding. So I can't have any coffee on my way to work. But I have what is supposed to be a leak-proof cup. It's a Stanley, so hopefully it's never leaked on me in any other situation, but I've never thrown it sideways inside a top case on a motorcycle full of Breve either. So we'll see how that worked out for me once I get to work. I'm hoping that's still got my coffee in it when I get there, and I can enjoy going through my morning email and sipping that coffee. Breve. It's espresso and half, brewed up in my #Nespresso machine. What I usually do is take one of those. I have some of their espresso pods, and those are pretty good. But what I usually do in the mornings is they have some pods that make like 17 ounces of coffee. So they basically fill a 20-ounce cup. And boy, am I rambling today. But anyway, that's what happens when you're just kind of enjoying the ride and not paying attention. I found that I can get a really strong, about 4 shots worth out of one of those pods. If I dump the 17.7 ounce pod in and then shut it off at about 4 or 5 ounces. Once it brewed, 4 to 5 ounces in the cup, and that gives me a really nice, strong base of coffee in there. You know, probably that should be roughly 4 or 5 shots, assuming it's still at espresso strength when you're using like a quarter to a third of the pod. I guess the bottom line is it tastes good. So, yeah. Up ahead of me there, that's Clifty Mountain, with the one with lots of snow still on it. That's a fun place to hike up and take some photos, enjoy the view, and if you're a ham radio nut, like me, you could take a portable radio with you and make some contacts. Pretty sure that Mountain Peak has only been activated once, and that was by me quite a few years ago. So anyway, that's it. I don't know what time it'll be when y'all watch this, but I hope you had a good morning, or are having a good morning, and have a great rest of the day. Until next time. North Idaho ADV. Anthony, I'm out.